Hi guys, can you hear me? And how's the sound quality? Okay, awesome. All right. Yeah, probably you have already seen that I uploaded a material for today, and as well as a small definition of the final project. I would really like you to make. Um, okay, I know that I said you that it will be previous week, but I just ran out of the time quite quite in a quite interesting way, like no time at all. But anyways, it's not a problem because anyways, the things which I assume to see from you would not be complicated. All right, so I guess I need to share the screen, so we would start some maybe discussions or maybe just overlooking materials. Okay, so I suppose the screen is available. I really hope so. All right, and first let's maybe take a look on what we have. So what do we have here? Yeah, the final project. The only thing we need maybe to specify the deadline. Okay, what was that? What was that? Ah, yes, the 4th of the May. Yeah. Okay, so let's. Oops, no, not this one. Let's write the deadline. Okay, the May. That's the 5th month. Okay. Uh-huh. All right. Let's see what we have inside. You have to make an app that covers some of business needs. You know, ideas could be whatever, starting with warehouse app, for sure, using some console window, so it's not assuming some visuals and Windows. And Windows app like with Windows button and with Windows buttons and so on. It's not really needed. You can be, for example, inspired by software which was created decades ago, which frankly saying was based exactly on console, so everyone worked in terminal, and it was fine for those times. Um, Surely the complexity of such projects from nowadays perspective are not really high, but that could be something you could create. Yeah. So, anyways, it could be warehouse app. It could be maybe some ticket reservation, some terminal, or whatever. That's really up to you. So you have to think about that idea. You have to put that idea in presentation because you will have to have a presentation and you will have to present your idea and maybe how you implemented that. Overly, I suppose, so plus minus 7 minutes would be fine. Or we can even maybe change those 7 minutes to maximum maybe 10 minutes. So that's maybe right 7 and from 7 till 10 minutes. Yeah, and then you can maybe demonstrate how the app works. Um, well, yeah. So what should be submitted? So the application itself, presentation, and a short description. Yeah. So in the end, well, anyways, I will evaluate your presentation, your project, and the description as well. So, guys, it's really comparable to one homework actually. Yeah. But anyways, maybe it will take a sort of the time. But as I said, you can type a lot of applications, for example, in Google, maybe C++, example, projects, or old industrial apps in console. Okay, I know it shows something super different than I assumed. But for example, we can write some C++, yeah, and we can take a look. Okay, on the Qualcomm we have something. For example, yeah, um, yeah. So I suppose a lot of things could be found out, and I suppose you are full with a lot of ideas from your side. Yeah, using C++ for sure. Okay, so I see the comment 1 week for this. Well, you can even imagine some maybe a phone number register. Literally, you can just imagine that you're saving information. Um, for example, today we will take a look how files are working. So you can save information into array. You can save then information from array to files. That when you open application, you can just read data from files to the array and then show it. Well, why not? Actually, those apps are pretty small ones. And since we're using console type of C++, then you're pretty limited with possibilities. So I just mean that you don't really need to create something really complicated. Just imagine some of ideas uh, you could use for data storage and implement it. Okay, so we have questions. So we have a week to create a prototype. Um, um, well, you cannot create a lot of things using console C++. That's one thing. Maybe if you're thinking about something complicated, So most likely you would have a menu in which you have a selectors like a point number one, then you do one action. Point number two, you do another action. Point number three, you do something else. When you press the button, for example, screen refreshes and activates something which you choose. Maybe that could be the way of some complicated software. But again, nothing really complicated is asked from your side. Um, for example, it could be a telephone book in the app created. Well, why not? One of examples. Okay, how would the business information look like? Well, again, it's it just you can just think of whatever maybe data storing stuff. Maybe you have, I don't know, maybe you're creating the app for the menu um, in some restaurant, I don't know, or that could be, for example, a list for the menu of, I don't know, of KFC, for example. And then for example you would have, I don't know, for example, products, their prices, and then you would have an option to make, for example, an order, and let's say you have and let's say you are selecting some products you would like to put into order. I don't know, a buck of chicken wings, for example, plus some cola, and then the app calculates the overall money you have to pay. A lot of ideas could come in the mind. Or, for example, you're storing information about some, I don't know, warehouse. Again, since I'm building warehouse apps, I know how complicated they could be. But again, uh, things you can make a pretty limited. Um, Firstly, due to the time. Secondly, due to the console type of the app. So again, those could be products. Those could be prices. Again, it could be making the order. Okay, maybe you can print out a receipt on the screen. Well, why not? And you can print that in a really nice way. For example, using tabulation signs. I mean slash t sign, which makes textual offset. Well, just making that look nicely, and that would be enough. That would be really, really enough. Okay, so the next question what's from Banner. So this project app is just C++ program which works only with console info, or this needs a dashboard. No, guys, since we are working in console type app, so that's the limitation for that's technology is the limitation for things I can ask from you. So only C++, only the console type of the app. I'm not asking you to switch from console C++ to some other, because the idea of this, let's call it project, it's just an understanding of you how you can use previously received knowledge of making maybe loops, knowledge of asking a user for pulling information into the app, making some arrays, making maybe some structures. Then today we'll overlook how is it possible to make files, storing data there, and maybe receiving data back from files. So nothing complicated is asked from you. So please, guys, don't panic. It's not something um, really complicated. Just think of something you could create. For example, if I would really like to receive something complicated from your side, then it would be then I would ask something for a game similar to Dwarf Fortress. But again, nothing such complicated is asked from you. Yes, Benes, you're totally correct. It's just an app which is working with data, saving that, showing data in a good, interesting manner, you know. Um, so things would be printed out on the screen nicely, not the chaos, but nicely. Uh, and and these actions which are happening, they are reasonable. For example, storing data for the menu, storing data for the product, or whatever else. That's really up to you. You can imagine whatever way you like, or maybe if some of you is if some of you, for example, are really keen on some specific stuff, maybe something like astrology, I don't know. For example, I had a student who created app for astrological computations. Well, why not? Why not? It's the same simple, just some equations, some data input, storing it in array. That's it. So again, you are those who will make a decision what your app will be working with. What are those data? Does it make sense, guys? Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. For example, when I was a student, when I was studying on bachelor's, the classical final project was okay. Surely it was Latvia, right? But it doesn't matter if it's Latvia or Lithuania or whatever other country. Bachelor level is plus minus the same. And for example, the classical final project solution for my course was primary. It was the telephone book, the same like we have in our mobile phones. So we're saving information about our first name, last name. Maybe we give information about the birth date. Then we give the number, and in the end, we just nicely print out all of contacts on the screen. Well, why not? That would be fine as well. Okay, I really hope it makes sense. All right. The only topic which is missed at this moment is working with files. So maybe let's take a look. How is it possible to work with files? There will be a few examples. Created an example file, and there will be several tasks, which we definitely can discuss how they can be made, and maybe we can make them maybe together, or maybe some of them will be made together, and I will ask you guys to try some of those tasks on your own. All right. So here we have it. Um, Input output files. Um, so to make a long story short, why we need this? For example, if we would be storing information about I don't know, about phone numbers of our colleagues, of our friends, and so on and so on. When we open the application, we have empty array, well, as a regular array, right? And we have to fill that array with some data, and only then we can use it. As we understand, sometimes the application can be turned off, sometimes computer can be turned off, and so on and so on. Then what happens when we open app next time? It will be empty. The area will be empty. So that's not good. And we would really like to have information which we entered saved. And then when we next time open the app, it will be loaded. Like happens with our mobile phones. So the phone turns off, then we turn it on again, and we have all our contacts appearing on the screen. So that's why files are used within the IT systems. What exactly do we use? What libraries do we use, and what approaches do we use for accessing the information and writing the information? Well, the first of all, we have to work with streams. So working with streams can make working with files in an easy way. Because sometimes we need to think about which data type is used for writing the information, which data type is used for reading information from the file. So we will have to use the iostream. It's not mandatory, but it's a recommendation, and we can use file streams. So fstream.h. Again, .h can be or cannot be. That really depends on implementation of compiler, because we literally give a full names of files. And then it depends on how it was saved within that compiler. So accessing a file, we can use several approaches. For example, well, those approaches are kind of parameters with which we are accessing the file. So we can simultaneously only read the file or write the file, or sometimes we can even both read file and write file. And we have to overcome this dilemma. Literally, we have to choose before we start working with file, because it assumes different ways of working. So the most simple one is when you already have the file and you are only reading that. So literally, you can read the file from the very beginning of this. It's like text file. You can just read a line by line, pulling data from the txt file to our variables. You can even open the file, um, making a new one if it doesn't exist. Especially for writing information into the file from the very beginning of the file. Or you can open the file with ID write information into the file, starting with the end of with the end in position. So it means appending information to the end of the file. For example, you already have, let's suppose, 5 lines in the file, and the next line text file and the next textual line you will write in the file will be the sixth line. Well, that's the idea. That's the idea. Maybe let's take a look on the following thing. So, what do we have? Here we have libraries which are used, and this example works particularly in Borland. We have clear screen, which exists only in the Borland. We have some my file. Then we are opening that. So literally, we are binding variable to a specific name of the file. We say we will be printing out information into the file. Then, oh, sorry, here it had to be my file. I was just translating the codes from Latin materials. So in place of this, it has to be my file. We are given on the output, as you understand, into the file, such text with enter sign. And then we're closing the file. So, okay, it could be literally clear why we open that. So because we have to say which file we are working on, but why we need to close it? What's the reason for the closing the file? And the reason is that when you open the file, you literally on the operating system level, you bind the file. So you literally say to operating system, well, this file is used. I'm starting to use it. And then that file is blocked for any other application. Until the moment you're closing this connection, you're closing that connection to the file. So it really has to be. Let's maybe try it. Surely some of the parts of this app will have to be erased. Changed because I will be using Dev C++. So it's not Borland. And I'm more than sure that I cannot use Borland compiler here because it's M1 processor. And Borland is strictly 32 bits. Oh no, it could be even 16 bits one, which would not be working anyways on my system. Okay, so get char. Okay, I will be erasing it, and this dev C++, it will ask me for giving something into the return to the operating system. Okay. This data.txt will be created there where I will have my file. So where did I save it? I saved that in documents. Yes, I saved that in documents. Okay, I will open this. Yes, untitled.cpp. Okay, great. I will try to run it and let's see what we have. Yes, IOStream. So in this compiler there is no extension for this file. Oh, looks like the same for this one. Oh, that's kind of weird. Okay, then I will use OFStream. Okay, it could be a bit specific for Dev C++. Okay, give me a second. I will take a look. I will take a look what's going on there. That's pretty weird actually. Fstream. That's pretty weird. Maybe my installation doesn't support something. Okay, what if I will copy these libraries? Oh no, I didn't press the copy. Oh, okay, that's a bit weird, but okay, maybe it's really dev C++ specific. Okay, so I'm using iostream, I'm using fstream, I'm using string, and I'm using user namespace std. Looks like that's really compiler specific. Because again, the example was for Borland C++. I will give you these codes, but firstly let's take a look. Do we have data.txt file? So I will refresh a list of files. Yes, we have data.txt. Yeah, and we have, let's write the text in the file. But what will happen, guys, when we will run this again, and we will include some changes into writable text. Let's say I will add 1, 2, 3 in the text. So let's run it again. Yeah, so app is finished. And let's see what we have. Yeah, so as you can see, making the file in a such way, it literally rewrites the file, so it erases the previous file and makes the new one. So if we would change this key, this access key, not for writing the file from the beginning, like from the state of the empty file, and we will change that to the case when we have appending of information into the end of the file. So we will change the access level from all to appending. So, and then let's change the text which we are about to write, and let's run the app. Okay, so the app is finished. And let's take a look inside the file. So you see, we appended the information. So literally, we added a new info into the file. So that's how it works. Okay, so I will give you these codes. So maybe you will try to use it. Okay, so what do we have in the chat? Isn't first going if stream oh, we had iostream. Iostream was for cout and seeing, and then we have to have file stream, f stream, not if stream, but f file. So guys, are we good with this example? Okay, great. So let's move forward and let's take a look on another example. Okay, so what do we have here? Ah, yes, the appending of information. Well, actually, we already tried to append information. Yeah. So let's maybe move on. So here we have a reading of information. So we're about to read information from the file from the very, very beginning. So yes, and you see this text, they're not translated because those are literally pictures from the console. But I really hope you get the idea. So literally, what is here used? Well, again, file stream will be used. The only we will use if stream. So previously we had O F stream. Here we're using I F stream. O F stream was output file stream. Here we have input file stream. So we are given information as the input for the app using the file. That's the idea of what means out and what means in. So the next probably question would be the following. What is EOF and what is GET? Here you have to think of files in a way as you would be thinking about maybe reading information from the book using a cursor. For example, I will open the Word document. Oh, no need. I will put the cursor here, for example. So let's suppose I open the file which contains the source code of my app, untitled.cpp. So my cursor stands before the symbol. So at this moment, all information which my cursor overcame will be information which is read. At this point, as you can see, my cursor just stands before the first symbol and it didn't read anything before. So at this moment, what do we have as the function of EOF? EOF, I will show you that. EOF means end of file. It literally means a state when cursor stands in the end of the file and after the cursor on the right side or on the bottom of the cursor there is no any single symbol which could be read by the cursor. Then end of file function will give you value of true. Otherwise, it will give you value of false. So only in this state it gives you true. Once you move cursor somewhere else, it becomes false. And it becomes false in all of other cases. And only again in one of these cases, like I have right now on my screen, it gives you true. So that's how end of file works. And if we would be talking about not textual files but binary files, idea would be the same, but only I would replace in my speech a word symbol to the word information. That would be the only difference. So I suppose the idea of end of file is clear for us. But what is GET? GET is receiving a symbol from the file, and now we're talking only about txt files, and nothing else is planned to be used here. So only textual files. So when we take a symbol, we even move the cursor forward. So if I will return to my dev C++, so I read this dash and my cursor is standing on the one position forwarding. I will read another symbol, symbol I, and now my cursor stands further for one position, and so on and so on and so on. So literally, that's the way how this information can be read. Frankly saying, guys, it's not only the one way. I can mention literally 5 different ways how to read information from files. But at this moment, it's nice that you would know at least one of the methods, and you would try to use such at least one of the methods. So let's try to read information from data.txt. So I would definitely change this file stream from out file stream to in file stream. So here I would change access level to input. So in will be written here. And I will have the character, which will be used as the buffer. So I will read information from the txt file to that character, and I will be printing this character on the screen. So Yeah, so when I open the file, I literally pull the cursor before all of the symbols. So what I will be doing, I will be cycling reading information for the case or within the case when I have something. Oh, I have even list of functions here. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, and the file. Yeah, and we even see that it gives us Boolean value as the result. Great. Okay, so literally what I will be doing. So once my cursor is not in the end of the file, I will be receiving a symbol. So I will take oops. I will take an information, a symbol to the character. Okay, awesome. And I will be printing this character. Oh, no, sorry, not X, but buffer. Yeah, and I'll be just printing that out. That's it. That's the whole magic. And let's see how that works. Yeah. So you see, I took this information from the file. I'm printed out in the terminal using cout, and I have the regular printout from my application. So the program finished its work, and that's it. So you see, reading information from file is pretty simple. Okay, oops, what happens? Okay, open string library. Okay, I will give you this code just in case maybe you will need it. Oh, okay, so Oswaldus came. Yeah, hi Oswaldus. All right, so guys, are we good with this example of how we read information from the file? Mhm. Okay, so again, a story right now is only about text. Um, there are plenty of functions. Actually, we didn't go them through, but there is a plenty of functions which can allow us to make a conversions from txt to numbers. Um, yeah. Well, I'm not really sure in which library they are stored, but we can Google for a bit. A to I, like a text to integer. Yeah, there is a plenty of materials on such c++.com website. Yeah, so for example, if you need to make a conversions, then you can always take a look on a lot of functionalities how to do that. Well, for example, here you can have fgets like getting values, and you can get that not only from the CMD but even from the file as well, actually. And you can make a conversion. A to I means text or symbols to integer. So well, internet is full of such examples. So if you like, you can always look for conversions. All right. Okay. Well, I suppose we are good so far. So maybe let's take a look on possible tasks which could be related to working with files. So what they could be? Oh, okay. So the first task is really simple, guys. So, let's suppose you have a file of the story.txt. You can make that using Notepad, and you can, for example, copy some text there. For example, such one. Okay. So some small story about chocolate. So what is your task? So your task is to make a substitution from O to A. So you have to substitute every O to A letter, and the same should happen with the name of the file. So literally next to the story.txt, you have to have a file. Story.txt, like with replaced O with A, and all the text should be with replaced O's to A's. So that would be the task, which is pretty simple, by the way, guys. You can just combine things I showed you and copy it into the chat. So guys, please try to make it. Or if you like, we can make that together. If you would like to make it together, so I will make and show you. You can write this in the chat. But again, this such task is super simple. Okay, make it together. Okay, let's make it together. So I will be taking this text, and I will put this text into story.txt file. So here I have my document folder. So story.txt. Oh, I already had a txt. Okay, I will put this text here and I will save it. Well, looks good so far. What happens next then? So I will be working simultaneously with reading the file and writing the file. So I will be using input stream, and I will be using output stream. P and fo will be my file names. So I will receive information from the story.txt, and I will be writing the information into stare. Yeah, how to pronounce that correctly? Stare.txt. Okay. So, okay, was it out? Yes, it had to be out. Yeah. Okay, so and I will have some buffer character as well. Well, I will be reading information. I suppose that's understandable. And I will not be okay. And here in between, what I will be doing, I will be checking if my symbol is equal to O, which is doable pretty simple, guys. So if buffer is equal to O, and I use apostrophe for this because this is the symbol, then buffer becomes A. And you know we have uppercase letter and lowercase letters, so I will do the same for the uppercase letter as well. So if I have uppercase O, it will become uppercase A. And then I can print a symbol on the screen. Plus, in addition, I can just print that symbol into the output file. In the end, I will have to close both of the files. Input and output file, they will have to be closed. And literally that's it. So let's see the result. Oh, wait a bit, what happens? Ah, yes, FO, FO. Um, okay, let's run. Yeah. So as you can see, all O's are being changed to A's, right? And we have this as the printout, right? And we have the regular printout of my application today. So the program finished its work. Yeah, and let's see if we have stary.txt. Yeah, we have stary.txt. And as you can see, guys, this file contains the same text, but only O's replaced by A's. So as you can see, the code is not complicated. I will even give you this. I will copy you this code in the chat. Yeah. So that's the full solution. So guys, is it clear how I did it? Okay, great. So let's maybe move forward. And we would have the task number 2. So write a program that records in the file n random numbers entered by users, by the user, and then you have to read them from the file, and you have to multiply each number by 2. A new number's output should happen on the screen and to another file. Well, this could be a bit more complicated, a bit more complicated. I don't know. Maybe let's put this task number 2 as the last one. Let's maybe move to the task number 3. So write a program and notebook that allows a user to store information about friends, name of the friend, year of the friend's birthday, and output. And we have to have the output of information um, received surely from the file. So firstly we write, then we read, and it should be shown in alphabetical order by name. Um, well, here what we need to do, we need to take a look if we have some additional functions here. Um, so if we can put an information. Um, Literally, if we can read information not by a symbol, but somehow else. For example, um, um, a line. Since we're using streams, how is it possible to get a line from the file? Interesting thing. But how do you think, guys? What's on your mind? How is it possible to get the line? Maybe you have some ideas. Or what forms the line? How we can say that line is line? Well, for example, let's suppose we have a text, right? And how do you know that line finishes here with the symbol P from the word chip? How do you know that? What's the reason we say it's the end of the line? How do you think, guys? Any ideas? Okay. Well, guys, I will maybe take this input stream file, and I will try to show you a couple of cases how we can try to do that. So let's take a look again. So what did we have? We had two lines of the text. Okay, so one of approaches could be to use a so-called string data type. String data type can be used, and maybe let's call it line. You know, line of symbols, something like that. In place of my file get, we can use a bit other approach. So we could use a string um, in the following way. So when we receive something, let's say it will be my file, and since that's the string, we can always use not only the output, but even the input from the string. So we can take the line. And when we have it, we can even print that out. Let's see if that works in Dev C++. Well, yes, that literally works. The only thing here in the end of each line, the enter was not given to the text file, to the text line. So no, wait a bit. Um, okay, we have this text. The only thing, the enter sign. Well, maybe let's make everything step by step here. Let's take a look what we have. File 1, 2, 3. Uh-huh. Okay. So such approach assumes that we don't really know we don't really know um, if we have the end of the text. We just use a separated information. Okay. Hmm. Okay. What could be another approach? Another approach could be again having the string, but for example, we again can use end of file, or we can use even good parameter good, which means we still have something to read. Well, frankly saying, I don't know why we have so big dispersion of functions, but it's good that you would know it. And literally, what we can do, we can literally use a spatial function called a getLine. And we will have to say from which from which file we are taking that, and where we are pulling that. For example, here. Okay, and we literally can try to put it out. Yeah, so you see, using a get line, um, we have the lines, so we're not separating text using um, using spaces like we use for input of data in CMD. But on the other hand, um, we have even we are reading information till the symbol 10 or symbol 13. So as you can see, there are several ways of how to take that information. Okay, I will give you them in the chat, so it will be available for you guys. Okay. All right. So now you have all of those variants. And I suppose you can use this variant with getLine. So guys, I suppose if it's possible to read information line by line, so it's always possible to normally read information as it's asked here. For example, one line will be for the friend's name, another will be for the friend's birth date year. So I suppose this task tree can be made easy in an easy way. So what would you say, guys? Would you like me to show you how it's doable, or you would like to try it on your own? Okay, maybe you already started to make it. All right. Okay, guys, then please try to make that task. And once you have your codes, please post them in the chat, or you can just write that you finished that. Guys, is there anyone who already made at least a writing into the file? Alright, guys. So a few minutes left. So do you have some progress you would like to share? Okay, okay. Well, nope is nope. All right. Okay, yes. I have seen that you have some issues because you were disconnected, and then after some minute you connected back. So looks like you have at least internet issues. All right. So I suppose no one would like to share the codes. Okay, maybe then it's time for Q&As if we have some. Okay, not really. All right. All right. Okay, well, if no questions, then guys, good luck making the project. Anyways, as I said, I'm not expecting to receive a full working solution, full working commercial solution. Don't even think in a such direction. No, it's not what I'm expecting from you to receive. So the main thing that you use in functionalities, which we took a look at, like a printing, like a looping, like saving data, like an arraying, like making some structures, and so on for some computations, for some codes which are reasonable to use. You know, maybe it's telephone book, maybe it's address book, maybe it's a product list for food for future receipt making. Well, there are tons of examples, tons of ideas you can implement. Maybe that's the how to say room reservation app for the hotel. Again, why not? Why not? You just have a list of, or you just have an array, for example, of rooms. Let's say the index of the array, the index of element in the array could be the book, sorry, could be the room number minus one. So zero index means first room, one means second room, and so on and so on. And you can just pull names. And if there's no name, so string is empty, then you can put someone there. If it's full, then okay, okay. So you cannot assign that room to someone. For example, what you can do, you can make the app for the room reservation. So literally, you type, well, you have one guest, okay, and the application gives you possible rooms, and then you just choose the room, and then it becomes occupied by that person. Well, why not to make this? You know, there are tons of ideas which can be implemented. Yes, Faustinos, I can check your code. Oh, you use vector. Okay, okay, looks great. So we have vector of text. Okay. Yes, you're receiving information from the menu file. Okay, you push that into array. That's awesome. Then you have the choice. Okay, yes. So while there is no choice or there is or choice is bigger than the size of the, looks like, if it's not in the range of the menu of the options, looks like, of the application or the choice you use, then you ask for choosing the option. Okay, and then what you do, you go through the items in the menu, and you draw them all. And then you receive information of what customer choose. Okay, and then you choose. Okay, there is the choice and the menu. Well, if you started to make your final project, then you are in the correct way. They only try to make outputs, I mean outputs on the screen, so they would be they would be clean, and it would not be the chaos. But overall, if that's about the final project beginning, that's totally correct. You can do that in a such manner. Yes, definitely yes. And I would like to really see maybe some prizes and the overall receipt shown nicely and in a clean way on the screen as well. That's what I would really love to see in the app. Yes, you can always write me an email. If you need, guys, we can even arrange a meeting. If you need, we can define some time for, I don't know, consultation, for example. Let's call it that way. The only thing, let's take a look maybe on calendar when it could be possible. Tomorrow is not really so. Well, Saturday is kind of full of the stuff. Might be on Sunday, but I don't know. Um, I suppose it's better maybe on Monday. Well, yes. So, yeah, if you need, guys, maybe on the Monday we can arrange a consultation. Do you need one? Or maybe you would like to have a consultation on Sunday? Okay, so Sunday or Monday? You can choose, guys. Okay, okay, and here we have both Sunday and Monday. So I will have to choose in this case. Um, okay, then let's have one. Let's suppose on the Sunday then. So we would have more time for some preparations. So let's suppose it will be, I don't know at what time. Um, so maybe during the day everyone will be busy because a free day. So I mean the end of the week. So I don't know. Maybe let's have a consultation at 6. Will that work for you guys? At 6 on Sunday. Okay, so at 6 on Sunday. All right, guys. So see you on Sunday then. Okay, guys. Bye bye. See you after several days on Sunday.